I've been waiting all night for V-Jump news. We got the ban list this morning, and it's been very interesting. So let's dig on in to the first of the Rising Rampage, actually. So, pack cover art, it looks like it's the new Borrel sword. So, Rescue Interlacer, Cyberse Effect Monster, 1,1200. Okay, pretty good stats. You know, use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. During damage calculation, when a Cyberse monster you control is attacked, you can discard this card. Damage you would take, and that battle becomes 0. I was honestly hoping for an honest effect there, but okay. During the end phase in which this card was discarded to the graveyard because of its own card effect, you can splash summon this card. I'm not a really big fan of this. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy towards it or anything. But when you see a card that literally says discard it, reduce damage during damage step, like, not a real big fan of this. The fact that it recurs itself is pretty okay too, but yeah. Let's see here. Cross Debugger, or Cross Debug for 4K Media. So it's 900, 600, level 2, Cyberse Effect Monster. If you control 2 or more Link monsters, you can splash summon this card from your hand. That's an interesting stipulation. Will it actually be super interesting and beneficial to have extenders now that we have the you control X Link monster clause? I don't know. When you and your opponent's Link monster battle, during damage calculation, banish this card from your graveyard and target one Link monster in your graveyard. Until the end of this turn, your battling monster gains attack equal to that targeted monster's attack. Also cannot be destroyed by battle. I feel like these are a lot of cheeky damage step things that they're trying to push onto this archetype. I'm so far not a super big fan of this. This is very underwhelming as well. The fact that you can splash summon it while you control 2 Link monsters might be interesting for combo extensions, but it just kind of depends. I mean, it's also Cyberse, so I mean, just having those words on it is pretty good. DMZ Dragon. What is this? So it's 0 attack, 2,000 defense. Okay. Once returning, target 1 dragon monster you control and 1 level 4 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip the monster in the graveyard to the monster on the field as an equip card. That makes the equipped monster gain 500 attack. So I guess I can target himself and get an equip. Okay. So when your opponent's monster... when your monster equipped with the equipped card attacks at the end damage calculation, you can banish this card from your graveyard to destroy all monsters, all of that monster's equipped cards, and if they're all destroyed, that monster can attack once again in a row. What is going on here? Like, this card doesn't even seem that good. Like, I feel like that this is... Yeah, this isn't too spicy. Like, I'm pretty disappointed in the first blunt end of these cards. Like, oh, hello. I see a 3,000 attack Link 4. Okay. Excuse me? Okay, so Borreload xCharge Dragon. 3,000 attack. Is this the strongest Link 4 that requires 2 or exceeds materials that we have? So it's 2 Dark Dragons to make it. Okay. Sure. Okay. But we're really pushing that note with those 3,000 attack. This Xyz summon card cannot be targeted by the effects of other monsters. That's interesting. Once per turn, you detach 1 material from this card and target 1 face-up monster on the field. That monster loses 600 attack and defense, and then you can splash summon 1 Borrel monster from your graveyard. But that monster splash summoned by this effect is banished during the end phase. After activating this effect this turn, you cannot splash summon monsters or attack directly. I like how you can special summon a Borrel Savage or a Borreload, but I guess at the point you're making this, like, is it even good? Like, let's see here. Link Back. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. Target 1 Link monster you control in an extra monster zone. Move that monster to the main monster zone that monster points to. Afterwards, send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to that monster's Link rating. What is this trash? This is just tuning, but you get to move it to another main monster zone. What? This doesn't seem that good. Okay, I'm hoping there's better stuff here. Grid Rod, okay. Oh boy, an equipped spell card. The equipped monster gains 300 attack, is unaffected by your opponent's effects, and once per turn, cannot be destroyed by battle. I guess unaffected is pretty good. If this face-up card on the field be destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Until the end of this turn, all Cyberse monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. I guess if this works in the same way that we would be ruling, what is it? Being destroyed through a game mechanic off of destroying a monster equipped with like Noble Knights. I could see this potentially being good. Draw Discharge. Okay. Normal trap card. When your opponent draws a card due to your opponent's card effect, your opponent reveals all cards that they draw. If there was a monster card among them, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the total attack, then banish all of the revealed cards. Okay, so this is really interesting. I see playability in this one. So the fact that whenever your opponent would draw a card, you force them to reveal them. If it's something like Desires that they draw from, you get to banish both of the cards they drew and inflict damage to your opponent. This might actually be some really good burn damage, just possibly in the future. I really like this card. I feel like there might be a little bit more potential in this, or I'm giving it a little bit more credit than I should be. But I do think burn decks just got a huge boost, because burn decks, when you play against them, you're going to want to draw resources and things like that, and you're going to want to do things. Now that I have something like this, and especially with like the way the format's evolved now, I see a lot of potential in this. So this is the first chunk of new cards coming out from Rising Rampage. Now, we got some other new stuff today. These are various new cards from the Structure Deck 19. Of course, we're getting a reprint of Raigeki in here as well on the OCG side. I don't know if the TCG will follow suit with that, but let's talk about these. So, Flip Frozen. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can change all attack position monsters your opponent controls to defense mode. This card is awful, but it says Cyverse and it's level 1, so I guess. Okay. Dry Brave. Okay. Level 4 fire. Once per turn, when a Cyverse monster you control declares an attack, you can discard one card. The attacking monster gains 600 attack until the end of the turn. Is everything in this structure deck just going to be terrible? Because, like, I really don't hope that to be the case. I hope that there's a couple of something in here. Rebuilder. Okay. I like the art. Reminds me of looking like a cross between Xerneas and something like that. Okay, so when this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, target one Cyverse monster with 1500 or less stack in your graveyard and swatch them that monster. Trash. Next. Threshold Borg. Okay. If you control no monsters, you can summon this card from hand by discarding one Cyverse monster. This is level 7. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is I think that this card has potential because we've always jokingly talked about Power Giant. I guess Power Giant's kind of had his times. But this is a level 7 that you can drop by discarding a Cyverse. Monster your opponent controls lose 500 attack. Okay, so as an extender for a super large monster and for level 7 decks, depending on what kind of integration or stuff that you have in the deck, this could potentially see play. One Cynet Crosswave, tribute one Cyverse monster, target one card on the field, destroy that target. It's a quick play. Once again, terrible. -1. Cynet Cascade. Okay, normal trap card. If you link summon a link monster, target one monster in your graveyard that was used as link material for that turn, splash summon it. This is a terrible trap card. Everything in this structure deck is terrible. Except for this guy. There's potential here. Alright, last thing we have for the day was Rogue of Endymion. And this is the new broken Endymion support card that they made that you just had to go buy the V-Jump for. So it's 15,200, level 3 fire. Okay. You can only use each effect of this guy among the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn each. So when this card is normal or special summoned, you can place one spell counter on this. And you can only use that once. Sure. You can remove one spell counter from this card and then discard one spellcaster monster to set one continuous spell card directly from your deck. And if you do, you cannot activate cards or the effects with the same name for the rest of this turn. What is the point in allowing me to search my deck for a quick play spell card that I cannot even use in the same turn? Like, I thought that this was supposed to be good. What? Like, today's cards just aren't the most exciting things in the world. But the Borrel monster definitely gives me hope. So what do you guys think about the new cards? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, I'm out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.